and welcome to Rosebank Farm and Garden. I'm so excited for today's project. I have caladiums that I can finally get planted. Caladiums are an annual in my area. In fact, they're an annual in most areas except for Zone 10, and they are a shade plant. Caladiums need warm soil, so I had to wait until the nighttime temperatures are above 60 degrees consistently, and it's near the end of June and we're finally hitting those 60-degree temps at night. So it's finally time to plant, and I'll show you the kinds of caladium I have and the spot that they're going to go in. I have 3 different types of caladiums. They are all from Proven Winners. I have Heart to Heart, which I ordered from Proven Winners, and I'll show you how those came packaged. And then when we were at Home Depot, I found Snowdrift and Rose Glow caladiums that were 50% off, and I love a good deal like that. Here's how the caladiums arrived from Proven Winners. They came in just this little box, and of course I wrote all over it because they came super early in May and it was just way too cold at night. When you open up the box, it comes packaged like this. The bulbs are in this like little berry fruit container, and it comes with a quick fact sheet. And wants you to recycle, read the plant tag. It's a shade plant, and make sure your temperature's above 60 degrees. Okay, so you can see right here on step 4, the bulbs only go 1.5 to 2 inches down in the soil with the pointy side up. So these should go in the ground pretty quick. And since they're an annual, you don't want to use like a biotone starter fertilizer. You want to use a continuous release fertilizer. One that I ordered is called Dawn to Dusk, and I really like the bright pink. You can see on the tag the bright pink with the green margin and white veining. So that's going to be the one that really stands out. This one is called Rose Glow. It's one of the 50% off caladiums that I found at Home Depot. And I like this one because it's not as bright of a red. It's a softer, more muted rose, but it still has the green margins, so they'll work well together. And the last caladium I have is the Snowdrift, and it is very different from the other two, but that pale white I really like. In fact, I think I might put this in a different spot. Caladiums are a medium height plant. They will grow 18 to 24 inches tall, and they could be planted a minimum of 10 inches apart or as far apart as 14. Nice thing about these caladiums is even though they're an annual, they grow from a bulb, so I'll be able to dig those up, let them dry out for a couple days, and store them in a box in a cool, dry area for the winter, and be able to plant them out in the landscape next spring. Okay, let's go take a look at the shady spot I've picked out to plant the caladiums. This flower bed will make a great spot for the caladiums. It is an oval flower bed ringed with the stone. On the right side, I have the astilbe. And on the left, there's one hydrangea, but I think right through the middle will be a perfect spot for the caladiums. And I think they'll do really well here because it is a full shade spot. It's underneath of the maple tree where our tree house is. The first thing I need to do is a little bit of cleanup before we are ready to plant. You can tell I have grandkids. Walnut. Well, now that I have the flower bed cleaned out, I'm going to space out the caladium corms, and I decided I'm just going to use the Rose Glow and the Dawn to Dusk, and I'm going to alternate each color going around The manky old boot. This boot flower pot was a gift from my best friend. It belonged to her mother, and I treasure it, and I think it's really cool. So we're going to highlight it with the caladiums. They want to space them about 10 to 14 inches apart. So I'm going to use my spade that has a ruler on it, so it's between 1.5 and 2 inches down. And then once I dig the hole, I'll be sprinkling the continuous release fertilizer down in the hole on top of the caladium bulb. Well, the first bunch of caladiums are planted, and I feel so much better just knowing they're in the ground and now they'll have a chance to grow. And pretty soon I'll get to enjoy those beautiful foliage under this shady spot. So here's a little tour of the flower bed. Not much to see right now because they were just planted, but we have the astilbe. In between the astilbe is some rock where the drained downspout comes out. So we have moisture coming out there. Then we have the rock with the manky old boot. Isn't that awesome? Love that boot. And so around the boot, I think I ended up with 7 of the caladiums, and I alternated the Dawn to Dusk and the Rose Glow. And then there was one extra little tiny one that I don't know will grow or not. So I went ahead and planted that last over to the side. We'll see how it does. And then we have the hydrangea down here. So that's my little rock flower bed in the shade. Now let's head over to another area in my yard where I'm going to plant the snowdrift caladiums with some other flowers that are white. This is where I think I want to put the other caladiums. This area gets mostly shade, but there's a spot where the angel is that would be pretty much full shade that I think they'll look really good there. So to give you a reference where we are in my yard, there's the path that I put in last fall. This is the flower bed under the catalpa that I planted up a couple weeks ago with perennials. I usually had planted pink impatiens, but just wanted to try something new and something more permanent, and I am loving it. I just got to show you. I still had to have my pink impatiens in there, but I am really loving the look of this. Okay, so back over here. Yeah, I think right where the angel is, I think around this cedar and down, I think there would be room for the 4 snowdrift caladiums. I think they'll look really pretty there. So all the caladiums are planted, and when I felt in the bag there was like 3 little nubs of some. So I planted them over here to the left. We'll see what they do. And I didn't bother to move any of the impatiens out of the way just in case they didn't grow. But so I should have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 caladiums around the cedar, and then those extra 3 might grow over on the left side. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you learned a little bit about caladiums and how to plant them and to store them in the winter. And please stay tuned for future updates. I plan on doing garden tours, and hopefully the caladiums will be up and you can see those beautiful heart-shaped foliage. All right, thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.